All right, welcome back, guys. We have a 2v2 on Arabia. In the gray here, we have we, I guess, playing as the Bohemians. He is a player from the United States. He doesn't have a 1v1 ELO ranking, but he has a 1690, almost 1700 team match score. His teammate is a Serbian IPAL, I guess. Some of these names are very interesting. And he is from Peru, playing as a Japanese. His 1v1 is a little over 1100, and team is about 1600. In the purple, we have Flightful from the United States, about 1100 player, 1600 team. And last but not least, Habasito. He does not have a flag on his profile on the AoE2 companion app, so I'm not sure where he's from. But he is a little over 1,000 ELO. Oh, wait, that's unranked. No, he doesn't have a ranked 1v1 ELO, and his team is 14 and change. So a little unbalanced on Habasito and Flightful's side. I believe that there's a little bit more ELO on blue and gray side. Oh wait, did I say Habasito is playing? Oh, he's playing as a Vietnamese. Which, if you don't know, the Vietnamese, they start off with you being able to, with them being able to see where their opponent's bases are. Pretty cool, helpful in team games. But anyway, so let's see what's going on here. And I can't remember if I said it, but the Magyar, our Flightful is playing as the Magyars as well. And we'll speed it up a little bit. See what's going on. Players luring their boars. Pretty much all around the same time. And pushing some deer. I love to see it. Oh, that one's being difficult. Got it. Very nice. I always try to push my deer if I'm not like under pressure and I have time to devote to the microwing of the scout. And that one's running away from Flightful. Got it. Very nice. Looks like everyone but red, who is the lowest ELO, is pushing in their deer. I think blue no, blue didn't. Blue's gonna mill his deer. So preferably save the 100 wood so you can use it for production buildings and stuff like that, military buildings. But if you aren't a fan of pushing deer, then at least mill them. It's free food. I mean, 140 food. And let's see what's going on here. All right, so blue is Japanese. He has the faster attacking infantry. And he is already coming out and putting some pressure on the Magyar player. Red getting an archery range up. And purple went ahead and walled in his wood line. Protect against the man-at-arms over here. Gray sending a scout as well. Looks like both players trying to do a little bit of double teaming. Ooh, almost gets some hits, but does not. And those are some nice juicy villagers there. He does have loom though. Looks like one's gonna go down. Okay, one villager. Could be worse. One villager goes down for purple. I think he needs to be careful coming back out there. And there's a scout v scout over here. And Gray's going to run away, hoping to lure purple into these spears. And looks like it's going to work. Yes, scout goes down. Another villager goes down. This is not looking good for purple's start. He has a waypoint set on these berries, and these villagers just keep walking right back out and getting hit. Not pretty. But let's see what's going on over here. So purple, instead of worrying too much about what's going on, he's like, you know what? I'm just going to come over to blue's base and I'm going to cause problems. He gets 2 villager picks, pushes them off the deer here, and we'll see what else he does. Forcing some idle time. Blue does have 2 spears, 3 spears. He hasn't sent them over yet. And purple keep running back to his TC. Takes out 1 man-at-arms. Takes out another. Takes out all but one. Actually, all men-at-arms are down, and the scout has 1 hit point left. And purple's going to take that fight. Doesn't have bloodlines. I'd like to see that. That would really help, especially now that you got 3 spears coming over here. Oof, one scout goes down. He has to run away. And he keeps sending one forward. Blue with his 1 health scout was chasing him down. Alright. Meeting up over here. He's going to have 6 scouts in total. But, in the meantime, Gray fast castled and dropped a castle on purple's face, trying to deny all this gold. What is red doing? Red's got some archers over here. He's going to try and punish Gray for going to castle so early. There's not much eco behind this. That's a lot of scouts. You know, I think purple likes scouts. So I can't put my finger on it, but it's just a hunch that he likes scouts. He likes light cav. Of course, he is Magyar, so they have some really good light cav. And oh, okay. I was worried for these villagers here. I think he's got a waypoint set. He does have a waypoint set. Rip. She was a good woman. I don't know. Maybe she was. Maybe she wasn't. Red doing a decent job, though. He's only got 4 archers, but these 4 archers are causing a lot of idle eco by pushing Gray off his resources here. And purple coming in here with the scouts. He's like, you know what? Blue's got some spears. That's fine. I'm going to take my scouts where I can get some good hits in, and I can try and get some easy villager kills. And will he get it? Yes, he does. That is not looking too hot for Gray now. Really getting punished by going straight to castle. He does get a spear out and gets 1 scout down. Let's see. So Gray has 27 villagers. Habasito, red has 36. Blue has 34. And purple has 33. So yeah, everybody's got more than Gray. He's being punished for being so greedy. Purple sending more villagers to wood. Hopefully he reseals that back up. And still pumping out scouts. Not trying to click up, not trying to go to castle. He actually walled in this tower over here. It denies 2 golds, actually. Blue getting some scouts of his own. Peppering the field with some spears here. Purple has 2 scouts just sitting over here, just in case he tries to expand. Let's actually see. Excuse me. That's purple's line of sight there. Pretty good. Knows where his opponent is. Needs to be careful fighting 2v2 under or 2 scouts versus 1 spear underneath the town center. It's not exactly optimal fight here. Red actually getting his numbers up and gets to castle. So now we have a player on each team in castle. And red going pretty heavy on stone makes me wonder if he's going to try and drop a castle. He sent Flightful some food. Flightful's the one that's been really focusing on getting out troops. And let's see, is Flightful close to... No, Flightful has not clicked up to castle yet. And Gray actually being forced to send his villagers all the way over to this wood line where blue can protect them because of all the pressure that red and purple have been putting on them. And a little scout action going on here. between blue and purple. It's going to be close up. And that ends up yep. Wow. 1 scout left for purple with 10 hit points. Purple with the forward lumber camp here. And the Bohemians with their Hussite wagons coming out here, putting some pressure, but they have a weakness, and that weakness is melee. So he needs to be careful, draws it back to his castle. And Gray actually dropping a town center over here. Wants to try and keep his eco going as much as possible. Eco back home has been really severely stunted between, I mean, you can see the dead bodies of the villagers, the scouts for purple and the crossbowmen for red. But blue is now in castle, and now you have 2 players in castle versus 1 player in castle. Purple is still not clicked up to castle, has a bunch of scouts. He's flaring back home. Okay. Still getting Hussite wagons out. Adding more stables over here. And that's a lot of scouts. Kind of sitting there for a second, getting some free hits on the scouts. And it looks like he has 41 villagers, so with 53 pop, he's got 12 scouts total. But blue is coming out here getting some knights, and these knights have bloodlines too, so tanky, strong, have some upgrades versus light cab, and knights and spears versus light cab. That's not a fight that I want to take. Red trying to drop a defensive castle here. I don't know if he sees that town center. Well, he will in a second if he's not careful. All Gray has to do is garrison those vills. The spear's getting some free hits. It looks like he's going to get away with it, though. Needs some kind of answer here. Maybe he'll go into the town center. Purple's going to try and fight those spears for him. There we go. 1 spear down. 2 spear down. Alright, cool. But those Hussite wagons are annoying. And that's a lot of scouts just sitting there waiting for an opportunity to get into blue's base. Gray's base is still not looking too great. He's got 5 farms. I mean, you consider he's got a base here. He's kind of got a base here. And he has a base here as well. So I guess he has technically like 3 bases due to the circumstances. And somehow the lowest elo player, red, and purple, who is still in feudal, have the score lead against blue and gray. It's close. It could flip-flop any second, but just, you know, who would have expected that? Purple, a lot of idle villagers. Still has not clicked up to castle yet. And I wonder, can blue see that? What does he see? He does not see those scouts. Okay, limited line of sight for him. A lot of knights coming forward. Probably going to run into these scouts. And he does. Just passing. Don't mind me, just passing. 23 scouts here, but 6 knights headed to blue's base, and that is gonna hurt. Purple has nothing to protect his base really. He has 1 castle from red, that's it. And this is not good. Blue has knights and not just spears, pikes. These 23 light cav, or scouts, excuse me, are going to get mopped up easily, even with bloodlines. And that was kind of a throwaway, honestly. A lot of food down the drain. Trying to fight knights with scouts, that's not something that's going to usually work out too well for you. He needs to pull his villagers off of gold. I would really like to see some spears from somebody, or even some archers from red. Something to help defend purple's base. He's got a pretty good economy, and the score actually flips in favor of gray and blue. Gray adding a second castle here, has a pretty decent ball of Hussite wagons here. Red sending over some knights. Good, good, good. Has a decent amount of crossbows as well. Gray finally starting to get his economy a little bit more balanced. Blue pulls these knights back here. Gets away with it. Oh, and there's a hole there. Ooh. And purple's going to have to be careful here. He could lose some villagers if he's not careful. Building a lumber camp on the rear wood line here. And he did add some spears. I'm glad to see that. And those red knights, 2 of them ran right in, got shot and killed. There's 4 of them left. He's going to need to loop them around if he wants to use them. And ooh. Yeah. Looks like there's a hole there, I think. And he's, okay, trying to get these knights to fight spears. I can't tell if there's a hole here. It looks like there's a hole here, but I can't tell if they can actually squeeze past or not. And scouts versus Hussite wagons. Hussite wagons are weak to melee, but you know, scouts are not really strong, to put it simply. He does have a house foundation there, but I don't think he can actually get in. And still hasn't clicked up the castle agent. Blue with quite a few knights here. Red is continuing to punish Gray. Gray really doesn't have anything. He's got, you know, 1 barracks, 1 archery range, and that's it back home. No units. If Red were to sweep around through here, he could get some easy villager kills. And Blue trying to get in there. He wants to get those juicy villager picks. And these Bohemian Hussite wagons are like old school tanks. They soak up arrows pretty well. Obviously, if you stand underneath the castle for too long, it's going to punish you. But they soak up arrows pretty well, where they can come around, go under TCs, and harass and kill, and do a pretty good, decent job against these villagers. And purple is still in feudal. Is anybody clicking up to imp yet? Doesn't look like it. Oh, Gray is. Alright, so Gray clicking up to imp. Red trying to punish him here. Is this his MTC? Doesn't look like it. Okay, this is his MTC. Okay. Those knights will go down for red, but these crossbows are doing good work. Getting some good picks, some good microing here. Needs to be careful, he might lose that Mangonel. Might want to pull it back. Get on the hill and use the hill bonus. A second Mangonel out. It's going to be perfect if you can get some shots on these skirms. Alright, forces them back. And these scouts are just non-stop for purple. Getting villagers off the wood line. These knights are going to clean them up though. And if purple doesn't repair that mining camp, these villagers are going to go down. He wants in there so bad. Huh. And this Hussite wagon's just sitting here. Purple actually sending villagers forward to try and take them out. It's going to lose quite a few of them. But they are kind of weak even to villagers. One goes down. We'll see if he clicks the other one. Gray is in Imperial Age. And purple is still in Feudal. Not clicked up the castle yet. Still sending scouts. Oh man. And it looks like red wants to castle drop gray. Really trying to punish him. Let's see, is red... Nope, red is not clicked up to Imperial. So, if gray had a castle behind here, he is an Imperial Age, he could treb down this castle. I'm hoping he gets some trebs out here soon. Not training trebs in either. So what's the point of going to Imperial Age if you're not training trebs? And look at that, 14 villagers. Alright, so now both gray and blue are in Imperial Age. Red and purple are in Castle and Feudal Age, respectively. Now keep that in mind as we go forward. Funny enough, though, you know, blue and red are about even for score, and purple and gray are pretty close as well. Despite the fact that gray's in Imperial Age and purple is in Feudal. And this castle went up for red, putting some pressure on his TC. Looks like the starting TC will go down. Blue is like, you know what, I'm tired of this castle being here. I want this gold. Let's clean it up. He's got quite a few knights, 14 of them. He's got pikes as well. And purple has 26 scouts. And these knights over here getting such easy picks. Taking out houses, taking out villagers, occasional spear. Really needs to, the other team really needs to dedicate to cleaning up those knights. And it looks like gray got several monasteries up. I'm assuming he's going to get some of the technologies. If you don't know, the Bohemians, they can basically build trash monks. They can make it where monks and all their technologies only cost food. Doesn't happen super often because monks are so micro intensive. Unless you like setting a bunch of group controls and constantly clicking with your monks over and over and over again to get conversion after conversion, it's just a lot to do. And blue even adding in some scouts here. And purple coming in here, he's like, oh, free villagers, don't mind if I do. Good lord, it's gonna clean them up. Blue responds with a defensive castle here. And most of gray's base is gone. If that castle was up sooner, he could have tried to build some trebs to take down this castle, but it's not gonna happen at this point. Red with a healthy amount of crossbows and quite a few knights. Purple is still in Feudal. Oh, he clicked up the castle. He's almost there to castle, guys. Look at this. Making progress. And finally, a treb. I don't know. Gray's been in Imperial Age for so long now. He could have already taken out the castle. He could have already taken out Purple's TC. Which, by the way, was the Imp TC. He could have... Our castle TC. He could have denied that. But he's just now pumping out trebs, and I think that was a mistake. Red is an Imperial Age now, so now it's Imperial versus Imperial and Castle. Both players on Javasito's team have gone up one age since then. And I'm assuming, okay, he's adding in some knights. Is he going to get light cav, maybe? And those knights eventually did get in and cleaned up all those villagers. But now they're just sitting there not doing much of anything. And a treb comes out for red. Most of gray's base has been annihilated. Purple coming into red's base. Ooh. Or not purple, blue. This is not looking too good for red. He's going for a defensive castle, walls in these villagers, or tries to wall in these villagers here. Okay, he did. Does have some light cav as well. Blue has a lot more upgrades than red on his knights. And makes you wonder, is this going to be a doubt castle? 11 knights still. And a monk. Let's see if a monk can maybe get a conversion. Looks like blue's going to pull back a little bit. And purple coming in with 18 scouts. Yeah, he can get through right here, actually. I wonder if he's going to figure that out. And blue has halbs, which slaughter scout cavalry because these are still not light cav. Okay, so that castle and that town center went down. Not as quickly as they should have, but they still went down. Purple being forced to come back here and to take this wood here. Actually, I don't think purple has a TC. Yeah, he's in castle and doesn't have a TC right now. He's just got a lot of scouts. I think this is... Okay, so gray has 2 TCs. And it looks like he did take all his villagers off this woodline, or they were killed, one of the two. So really the power houses on each team are blue and red. And red actually, oof, the score keeps flip-flopping. They had the lead for a second there. Adding in a lot of archery ranges. And he did get the light cav upgrade. And he's cleaning up these villagers from gray here. Wonder if he's going to go for that Treb as well. Fighting under a TC and 2 castles. Let's see what gray has as far as villagers. Purple has 51. Gray has 19. Oof. Gray is being punished. And that Treb looks like it will go down. 18 now. Blue has 119 and red has 74. So actually pretty close on the vills when you add the 2 teammates together on each side. And I'm wondering, is purple going to get another TC? Okay, getting another TC up here. It has a pretty healthy amount of knights and light cav, getting some upgrades, armor upgrades. And I think it's funny that these 2 villagers have just been chopping trees away right here, so close to blue's base, and he sees the lumber camp but hasn't gone over there to clean them up. And I wonder if purple's going to get into this base again. There's a lot of halbs over here. He needs to be careful. Okay, he runs away. Looking for the villagers, trying to force them off of gold. Gets quite a few villagers actually. Only loses 3 scouts now, or 3 light cav. And red actually has a pretty large army of light cav over here just sitting there, and that is a lot of arbs, but he's got to be careful because that's a lot of elite skirms with looks like full upgrades. Yeah, even has chemistry. If you're gonna fight that, I would want to be on the top of the hill at least, but either way I don't like that. Light cav and skirms are just not fun. Needs to pull back if he can get his scouts. Okay, perfect. Get these scouts to take out these skirms, and then you're in the clear. And red and blue has to fall back. All those light cav went down. Really wants to force him off of gold. Is getting a lot of idle eco time out of blue, but I just don't know if that's worth the loss. luring these knights into here. They get cleaned up so easily. And purple trying to get him from the rear. Can they get a good circle on him? Oh, he's going for the trebs actually. And red's going to get super close to the skirms here. And that is a good engagement for red and purple's team. Cleaned up that army. And blue calls the GG. Purple is still in castle age. Calls the GG. Wow. So just keep in mind, at one point, gray and blue were in Imperial Age, red was in Castle, and purple was in Feudal Age. And somehow, they're pulling out this win. Just nuts. Gray continuing to fight on a little bit longer. Now he says, man, that was frustrating. Good game, all. Yeah, he has 36 villagers now. And honestly, I feel like what saved red and purple, because this game was definitely going in favor of blue and gray, was gray being punished so harshly by red for going fast castle and then fast imp. But when he went fast imp and didn't immediately start taking out buildings with those trebs, that was a problem. He really should have taken out that castle and that TC quicker, and then really just punished all these open farmers. Because what is there? Let's see what you can see. Fog of... Oh, I can't because the game's over. But what is there protecting all of these guys from gray? Really, nothing but light cav. That's it. And even these scouts right here just sitting here. And these knights, if he had sent them in here, that could have completely cleaned up purple, I feel like. And then it would have been basically red versus blue. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this game. I thought it was pretty fun, so we'll catch you guys next time.